Alright, short intro, but I'm gonna get right into this. It's a video that have been wanting to refrain from making, and I never thought I had to do a video like this under this circumstance. And this is the third attempt I'm doing to this video. I deleted this video twice now. This is attempt number 3 for this, and it's really difficult to talk about it. And like, especially to new viewers, like I've been doing these vlogs for 8.5 years, and I would do them for fun, for creativity, and to give you guys chills. And sometimes I do these Mr. Different stuff, which a lot of times I would do for comedy, for all the laughs, like especially when I do a Mr. Different show for a big part of the vlog, or when I take a 10 or 15 second portion of the video just to do some Mr. Different magic, like I did once last week. And so I just find doing these vlogs like a hobby, and like I really do thank you for the credit that you give me watching these videos. I love you guys a lot, and thank you for making this epic journey with me since I invented this Mr. Different nickname. I'm gonna get into that in a moment, but man, it's been a really tough day that haunts me so much, thinking of this summer curse. Like, once every year I go through such a crazy, intense experience that, you know, just symbolizes a summer curse. And I've been going through that for 6 years. It must be some sort of a disorder that makes me like always prepared for a rather intense experience. And today's story is just like, it just kind of upset me to think about it, and I don't know why. But man, since my birthday, when I turned 22 years old, since I turned 22 years old, I have been getting into more and more arguments with my family. I have no idea why, but for some crazy reasons, I've been getting into a lot more arguments with my family than before. And sometimes it would be just over some minor stuff. Some other times it would be like a big pile of elephant shit. And like it just hasn't been going as smooth as before, having come to the age of 22. Like, the age of 22 kind of makes you think that like there's nothing new, like everything is just the same. And like, and getting to arguments like that over whatever is not new anymore, like it kind of stresses you out. Sometimes like it puts you in a mood that you can't sleep at night, and sometimes it puts you in a mood that you want to stress eat and this and that. I mean, it really stresses me out this much, like coming to the age of 22. Like, nothing's really new, but speaking about the reality, like the summer season, like don't get me wrong, I love the summer season. Over the winter season, I prefer the summer season, of course, but I don't enjoy the summer season as much as I used to, because since 2018, every year, at least once, I would have an intense experience throughout the season that would just haunt my nerves and just trigger my guts. And today, such thing happened. Like, here's the thing. So we were doing some Father's Day shopping early in the day, and then we went to the Apple store, had a look at some iPads, iPhones, and then we went and have lunch. And after that, came back into the neighborhood, and at the entrance gate there was a van that was blocking Big Party entrance, and because of that it was jammed up for over half an hour. And like at one point I got out and I headed back home, and like those guys were still there. And suddenly I yelled at them saying like, are you guys sick or whatever? And then they Like I tried to go back, and then they got out of the car, and they tried to attack me. They threatened me, and then I kicked the van, and I threw a cone at them, and then they beat me up. They fucked up with me, and it hurt me. And yeah, this is not the only example. Like, I have been living at least one huge cursed story every summer season since 2018. And here's how it started. In July 2018, I have been on a trip with my parents to the Ramada Hotel in Tekirdağ, and it was for Hussein and Cezanne's wedding. We've been to their wedding. Coincidentally, in that hotel, there was a wedding on the same date, and in 90% of that trip, my mom had been looking for her phone in panic and shock and chaos, and there were points that we got into heated arguments over that. And since that day, this summer curses have been really haunting me. That was the day that it all started. Like, man. And yeah, man, it's a bizarre disorder that I have, like dealing with these summer curse stories. And I mean, I love the summer season, but one disadvantage is that it's like, especially when things go wrong on that perspective, that things go on a negative side. When we're eager to do things, our blood vessels heat up just like the temperature, and it's, man, I'm just lost for words at this point. I mean, I do feel really, really weird sharing this experience with you guys in the vlogs. Like, I do feel a little bit shame for talking about this, but it does really haunt me. And today I just have to get into the reality of it, of this insane summer stories. And I mean, for your support, for your credit for these vlogs, I truly appreciate it. And I just really, really feel weird saying it in the vlogs. Like, it does kind of make me feel a little shame as well, and something that I would always want to avoid saying. But man, I mean, yeah, I do have another bizarre disorder that I'll talk about in a moment. But every single summer since 2018, I have had at least one crazy, bitter, and intense experience. And 2018, I just talked about it. 2019, I came to my grandma's house, and we argued over my phone's battery that was not functioning, and then it ended so brutally that I smashed another car's window. It took like 3 or 4 days to get into this story from then, and that was a life-changing experience. In 2020, there would be times that my phone would be broken or would do some sort of a glitch that I would hate, that would anger me a lot. And believe it or not, that summer I had to send my phone to the repair store 4 times. 4 times during the summer season. In 2021, I got into a number of heated arguments in the traffic, especially with truck drivers, with bus drivers, with motorbike drivers, all sorts. And like, sometimes they would even come up to threaten me, and man, it's just wild. In 2022, I came to an airport where in the baggage claim section, and yes, the baggage claims were already moving. It was not like last week, but at one point, while there were 6 or 7 baggages sitting on the belt, it stopped. But the machine stopped. And then I got, like, while I was looking into my bag for something, I got really, really mad, thinking, why did it stop? And then I threw a water bottle, and there was one tourist that tried to get into a fight with me. He even hit me in the face, and he was cursing at me in some language that I had no understanding. In 2023, last year, I took a picture, and it was just a selfie, and one person was asking why did I take a picture, and then I said, hey, it's just a selfie. And like, there were 2 guys that came up to me and didn't believe me, and so I got really, really mad at them. I threw a shoe at them. And then they tried to beat the fuck out of me, and like, that hurt me a lot. And today's story, man, I mean, the wild summer season, I mean, it's really been giving me such a disorder so much that it's just hard to avoid the reality. And one other disorder that I've had, which I've had for 10 years, is the fact that I don't like the number two. You know, like when I go to a restaurant and I want to sit down somewhere, I would avoid table number two. I would stay away from it. Or when I order something and like when I get order number two, it's tough to take. But man, the summer season curse, I mean, it's weird, but I mean, 3 years ago when I invented Mr. Different, like I thought it would be some sort of fun. Before that, I had come up with a nickname Donner, but then I came up with Mr. Different to show a bit more of my personality. Like in one way, for example, I don't like to have breakfast. I'm not that kind of a person. I guess that's a easy Mr. Different fact. But after 1 month after I invented the Mr. Different nickname, and my views and my subscribers skyrocketed, like you guys seem to really be liking it so much. But nevertheless, like especially these Mr. Different shows, these Mr. Different talks, these Mr. Different jokes as well, like I love doing those. And like I'm sure you guys would love those Mr. Different shows. Like I do these to entertain you guys, and I love that. Like sometimes I might just make a short Mr. Different joke, but I do all of these for fun. Like I'm gonna continue doing that. Like that doesn't change the life of Mr. Different, or that doesn't change, like that doesn't make an impact on my Mr. Different status or whatever. That doesn't change my perspective on wanting to continue with these Mr. Different stuff. But man, this has been a tough day, so I wanted to talk to you guys because like I really wanted to refrain from doing this, but it came to a point that's like it's a real situation, and like it's been like a disorder that's been in me for some time, for 6 years. Summer season is just really tough sometimes, and you just have to handle it on the rougher side, and it's like wherever the wind blows, you know. So do continue enjoying these Mr. Different types of videos, whatever. But man, like the age of 22, like since my birthday, it's been getting more and more complex, and it hasn't been getting any smoother whatsoever. And that's what really leads to these arguments that we've been getting a lot into. So what I'm going to change on this channel is this. So unless if we go on vacation, or if it's for any birthdays, weddings, or in some long road trips or any other special occasion, when it's a normal day, I am not going to get family members in the vlogs anymore. And I kind of feel lost after this, what can I say, a tiger attack of a story. And I have thought in the last 1 week, I would like to share this with you guys. In the last 1 week, I have thought of a rather entertaining job that would satisfy me, and speaking about productivity, would motivate me more. And I have considered working in the aviation sector. I don't know why, but that's just what suits me better. I've been into cars the last 3 or 4 years, but since I started taking more than 3 flights per year, I got into a little bit more planes. Well guys, it's been really rough today. I'm not gonna extend this through. That's it from me.